or if you want to put inside black sleeves and then zip tie and do whatever to clean it up that way. But anyways, the way it works, if you notice in its video for the RAM cooler, it flashes quite a bit, quite fast. It oscillates between them, and basically it's two channels. And the reason it's a two channel is because we're using a flashing LED kit, and this is from a company called Velleman Kit. Okay, and their website is www.velleman.de. Okay. I know you can probably find it at any Fry's Electronics. That's where I got mine. I haven't seen these guys anywhere else. If need be, I'll see if I can, post somewhere after I scan in. I know the focus or the, whatever it is on this camera might not be the greatest, but I'll see if I'll scan in and post the schematic if anyone wants me to do that. But anyways, they give you instructions of where everything goes for the whole unit to be built. Cube uses a project box for its controller, same type as this one. And mind you, always cut holes for the power cables to come out of it. And here's the little circuit board. Tiny, small. It's a kit you gotta put together yourself. And mind you, it's designed to be a flasher for two LEDs. Okay, and what it does is it has two little teeny potentiometers on the inside of it, as you can see right by my thumb. Okay, there's a potentiometer there, and another one right there, and it controls each of the lights. You might make one flash on long, turns off, the other one goes on and off, and then it goes back to a long, and when he's done with his cycle, it goes back over to him, and he goes that way. Well, you can control how fast each one stays on and off, depending on the other one by playing with it, with the little potentiometers that are on top of the circuit board. Instead of using the LEDs that are on the circuit board and putting them in, I turned around and what I did is I wired in the wires for the LEDs, basically 4 for each side, which would be for 4 LEDs for one channel, 4 LEDs for another channel. So this way, it has it oscillating between both sides and directly onto it. And this way, when it was done, used one of these guys here hooked to the circuit board instead of using the supplied 9-volt battery. I used these guys and hooked them in for running off of 12 volts. Now you're wondering, wait a minute, there's a 9 volt, there's a 12 volt. Okay, well, wait a minute, okay, how do you get it to run still without it frying it out? Well, the way you do it is there's actually a place online, going back over here, and they're called led.llnear1.org, and they'll help you with like a diagram like this to put in what your voltage is and everything, and they'll tell you what the LED you're going to need to put in. And here's the ohms, there's the wattage for whatever this display was for whatever I was working for at that time. But it'll tell you what resistor to put in, so this way it'll, in a sense, step it down from 12 volts down to 9 volts. So now you'd have the 9 volt little unit working. And yeah, here's my project box for the next part for the OCD or the OCZ RAM cooler for Cube 2. But once again, And it just comes down to knowing where to go for the research on the parts and what to get. I always suggest, make sure that you have enough wire. Make sure that, since the computers on the inside are running on alternating current, so you have positive and negative, make sure you have black wire, red wire, so this way you can discern which is which. The diagram I just showed you for the LED that's over here, they'll tell you, for instance, like the cup side and that style side, or the anode and the other part right there. They'll tell you positive or negative. The other thing is also on the LEDs, you're going to have one side that's going to have like a gold band. That's always the side that goes to the LED. They'll tell you the direction also of the LED, because if you go by like this one is orange, white, brown, gold, okay, you'll put it in line the same way as your power source. So here's your positive, so this would be your black line, so you want this towards your power supply over here, and so you want the power flow to go go into your LED, and then it comes back out that way to complete the circuit. So there you go. Okay, and there you have it. There's also a few other little projects I'm doing with Cube 2 that I'm going to add into it. I found a little circuit